All right, we're ready for the boys championship. The Trinity girls a 48-38 winner over Lower Dauphin. Well, Charlie, this tournament is relatively new, relatively speaking, but in the boys we've already had 5 different champions. Harrisburg won the first ever Mid-Penn championship, but Central Dauphin, Steel High, CD East, and Hershey, all previous Mid-Penn Conference champions on the boys' side.
Well, and it can be 6 different winners tonight if Cedar Cliff stays on that tremendous roll. Man, Greg, I haven't seen a team playing this well in a long time, but Kirk Smallwood's Harrisburg Cougars have been here before, and they have a lot of firepower themselves.
Well, let's talk about that firepower. We're taking a look at some of their win over Greencastle. That was a fairly easy win. They're going to have their hands full tonight.
Well, behind Hashim McIntyre and big 33-bound Jalen Fitzpatrick, the guards are going to be all Cedar Cliff can handle, and that is advantage Harrisburg overall, but the Cedar Cliff team has a lot to come back with.
All right, take a look at Jalen Fitzpatrick here, and he made a big 33 offensive move right there. Let's talk about Cedar Cliff, because we've had them a couple of times. I really like the way they play.
Well, they had a big game from Logan Stump the other night, leading scorer, but Noah Rue has been big for them all year long. Christo Majogue, the athleticism of those guys and the speed of this Cedar Cliff team is unlike Cedar Cliff. This is going to be a track meet, and this could be anybody's game. It's going to be a battle of styles tonight. Cedar Cliff just has to play like they belong here, and this could be a great game.
Well, the atmosphere already electric here at Cumberland Valley. We're getting set for the opening tip-off. Charlie and I will be back with it. The Mid-Penn Boys Championship, Harrisburg and Cedar Cliff next here on ABC 27.
There's something to be said for a company that has survived the Great Depression, weathered a handful of recessions, and emerged from today's challenging marketplace stronger than ever. And it's worth noting that success has come while keeping its headquarters and decision-making local for more than 80 years. Perhaps growing deeper roots to ensure strength and stability is an idea whose time has come. We figured that out 8 decades ago. Penn National Insurance.
You don't think about physical therapy until you need it. When an injury occurs, think Select Physical Therapy. Select leads the way in providing patients with clinical expertise using the latest medical research and techniques. Our team provides physical and hand therapy, pre- and post-surgery, work injury rehabilitation, and much more. With several locations in the Harrisburg area, let Select return you to activity at home, work, or play. Select Physical Therapy. Recovery starts here.
All-state freshman Malia Tate DeFreitas tore her ACL in a heated state playoff, and her dreams seemed shattered.
Tried to come back in and it wasn't working out. I thought that my basketball career was over.
Getting an assist from the doctors at Arlington Orthopedic, Malia is ready to attack the hoop this season.
It feels good when I jump and cut and stuff. It feels normal, and the brace really helps me.
To go from tears to a smile, it's just a beautiful thing.
To play at a championship level requires a level of discipline few ever achieve. You prepare, you focus, and make a commitment to excellence. That's Hoffman Ford, #1 in sales and in service. Because the customer is #1. Choose from over 400 vehicles in stock. Plus, we're your Roush performance dealer. Bigger selection, better deals. Hoffman Ford.
Advanced Hoops is celebrating 10 years of training youth in the Harrisburg region. In 2010, we trained over 1,000 youth from kindergarten to 12th grade. Our spring program is going to be amazing. So as I pass the ball,
you make the call to get any questions answered regarding our spring games, shooting, dribbling, or AAU opportunities.
We specialize in making training look easy.
And Charlie is not the only one that can shoot a basketball around here.
Greg Mace, Charlie Fortney back with you here at Cumberland Valley High School. We've got about 6 minutes to go before the opening tip of this one. And take a look at the keys to the game coming up here. Will Hopkins, one of the keys for Cedar Cliff.
Well, Cedar Cliff, Will Hopkins must have a great game. Cedar Cliff also has to keep the offense in transition, create some mismatches, try to get some of those big guys the ball. Also, Harrisburg must knock down some shots on the perimeter. They're not going to be as tall tonight. and they need to execute with Cedar Cliff's changing of defense. You're going to see a 1-3-1. You're going to see a 3-2. You're going to see full court press, man-to-man half court. Harrisburg's going to have everything thrown at them here tonight from the Jim Rao coached Cedar Cliff Colts.
Let's talk about the value of this tournament. I know that Kirk Smallwood, actually, we've heard him say this before, and Jeff Moore had a quote in the Patriot about this. He said, you know, I'd rather practice and get set for the districts. And I know there had been some mixed feelings about this tournament. I happen to like it a lot. I was not a big proponent, and we used to kind of kid about it over the years with that first half, second half. They could get drawn out. You could wind up playing the same team. You know, you remember playing Steel High. You played the same team sometimes 3, 4, 5 times in the course of just that Conference League championship play.
Well, Coach Smallwood definitely is entitled to his opinion because his teams are traditionally used to playing for those district titles and possibly even compete for the state titles, and that means a lot to their program. But on the overall, Greg, I would say that this is very important to the area. It allows the teams like your East Pennsboroughs, your Greencastles, your Lower Dolphins, your Camp Hills, your smaller teams to have a chance to show that they can compete with all the best teams in the area. It's the only opportunity to do that throughout the year. And now that they've cut it from an 8-team tournament to a 4-team tournament, it's only stealing one game because the championship doesn't count as far as that the games allotted. So it's not as bad. I know there's a lot of coaches that are in favor of them going from 8 to 4.
There's almost sometimes, and if you got the right matchup, there's a Hoosiers-type quality about it that you could have a team like in the movie. You know, it's a single A, a smaller school wind up playing a much bigger school, and that is not the case here with Cedar Cliff tonight. The two teams have not met this season. Of course, Cedar Cliff changing divisions, and here's how they got there. Cedar Cliff beat, of course, a very good Trinity team, 52-46 in the opening round. Harrisburg beat a smaller, obviously, Greencastle team rather handily, 74-39. They cut it back to 4 teams this year. Decided rather than have the other wild card team in, that they simply had the division winners in this year.
Well, and hats off to Gary Martin over at Greencastle, first year in the program, getting them even in a position for that program to even compete. That did a lot for the Greencastle program, and I'm sure they were glad to be represented. But tonight is about Keystone versus Commonwealth. We've been seeing this theme over the last couple years, and Cedar Cliff naturally a traditional Commonwealth Mid-Penn team. But, you know, this is no underdog Cedar Cliff basketball team. I think even Kirk Smallwood would agree. Going into this game, there's a lot of firepower for the Colts that's going to have to be overcome for a Cougar victory.
Hopkins, Kelly, Majoke, Stump, and Noah Rue, and you saw him in the highlights earlier. We love the way these guys work together.
Well, it's an unorthodox team. You're not looking at a true center here. There's not a true 2-guard here. Will Hopkins will probably admit he's not a true point guard. He's a little bit of hitting a bunch of threes last game. He's like an all-purpose guy. But one thing tonight that they have that they did not have in the game against Trinity is Matt Acevedo, who has been playing tremendous off the bench and sometimes starting for the Cedar Cliff Colts. Matt's out there warming up, moving better on that sprained ankle. It's just another weapon that Cedar Cliff has to go with. And against this McIntyre, Jalen Fitzpatrick, speed and quickness backcourt, probably one of the best backcourts in the region, along with Agnew and Osborne at Trinity. It's going to be interesting to see how Cedar Cliff handles the backcourt pressure of Harrisburg High.
All right, we will be back with the opening tip. Harrisburg, Cedar Cliff, Mid-Penn Championship coming up next.
Are color copies really 10 cents?
Yeah, 10 cents.
It's easy. Call Fortney Printing. They punch in the order, copies get made, quickly put in boxes. Fortney Printing delivers on time.
Wow, only 10 cents.
Advanced Hoops is celebrating 10 years of training youth in the Harrisburg region. In 2010, we trained over 1,000 youth from kindergarten to 12th grade. Our spring program is going to be amazing. So as I pass the ball,
You make the call. To get any questions answered regarding our spring games, shooting, dribbling, or AAU opportunities.
we specialize in making training look easy.
And Charlie is not the only one that can shoot a basketball around here.
Having been to Arlington Orthopedics several times over the past roughly 15 years, I have found them to be very caring.
For 15 or 20 years, I've dealt with sciatic nerve pain down both legs,
kind of figured I was going to have that all my life.
Because of crippling arthritis, I no longer could hold on to.
Borman and Babb Certified Public Accountants is a full-service accounting, tax, and consulting firm with over 17 years experience serving the central Pennsylvania region. From taxes to payroll, from corporate accounting to business consulting, let Borman and Babb help you achieve your financial success.
You don't think about physical therapy until you need it. When an injury occurs, think Select Physical Therapy. Select leads the way in providing patients with clinical expertise using the latest medical research and techniques. Our team provides physical and hand therapy, pre- and post-surgery, work injury rehabilitation, and much more. With several locations in the Harrisburg area, let Select return you to activity at home, work, or play. Select Physical Therapy. Recovery starts here.
Knoll Insurance, located at 704 Bridge Street in New Cumberland. They offer property, casualty, auto, homeowners, health, and life insurance. Knoll Insurance also offers notary services. Call Knoll Insurance today at 774-8128.
My personal congratulations to Advanced Hoops alumni Allison Daly of St. Francis University and Alfonso Dawson of Delaware University. Daly and Dawson are Select Medical Student Spotlight, making history, scoring 1,000 points for their college career.
Hank and Jim of Weaver Financial Services have been serving families and businesses in central Pennsylvania for the past 40 years. Life insurance, financial services, and products, call Hank or Jim. They're the nicest guys around.
To be sure, Faulkner Toyota on Paxton Street across from the Harrisburg Mall invites you to check out our extensive assortment of new and used vehicles. Consider the excitement of driving the RAV4 or the functionality of our top-rated Sienna minivan. Test drive the super fuel-efficient Prius hybrid along with our Camrys, Corollas, Tacoma pickups, as well as a full selection of Scions. You'll find security, design, comfort, and a price that will fit your own lifestyle. Call or visit us at faulknertoyota.net.
Great crowd, and it's jam-packed here at Cumberland Valley High School for the Mid-Penn Boys Championship. Harrisburg looking for their second, Cedar Cliff looking for their first ever Mid-Penn title, and this should be a great game. There is the Golden Corral. And they have brought all of their fans and then some over to Cumberland Valley. I'd hate to be on those bleachers. Man, they are rocking tonight.
Well, I turned around because we're right next to these guys, and I saw the entire structure of the bleachers going up and down, but this looks like the Cameron Crazies, but in gold.
Cedar Cliff in the white, Harrisburg in the dark. We're underway. Mid-Penn Championships, and Nola Rue takes the first shot of the game. Cleared out. McIntyre got the rebound. Coast to coast. Block, rebound, goes to the Cougars. First points of the game belong to Lewis.
Well, and one thing about Harrisburg, they're very instinctive on the boards. Christo Majoke helping bring the ball up.
Kelly.
Looks like Cedar Cliff's taking two quick shots early, but they're not afraid of this pace of the game. There's Fitzpatrick handling the ball very well. Harrisburg's very comfortable. Without Richardson in the lineup, they're quicker, they're faster right now. They're very comfortable with this pace, and they like this pace.
They missed two offensive rebounds off the shot.
I know Coach Rao's, vintage Rao, is probably going to change things up in this game, but naturally, the beginning of the game, both teams coming out man, trying to feel each other out, mano a mano.
Stump, Hopkins. Nola Rue for two.
Well, and this is the kind of game that Nola Rue is very comfortable in. Look for him to have a big game if the game keeps playing at this kind of sporadic pace.
In the lane has a shot blocked. Is McIntyre, and he'll stay with the Cougars.
Well, Coach, or Greg, I'm calling you a coach here. That's because I'm looking at the coaches, and it doesn't look like there's a lot of room on the sideline for as big a gym as this for Jim Rao and Coach Smallwood. They're using every part of that coach's sideline to coach their teams. This is going to be 6-on-6 tonight, I think, not just 5-on-5.
They're using that and then some. I love it when they let them up off the bench. Hooks to Easter misses.
Oh, and these guys have been coaching against each other for a long time. Even when I played in the Mid-Penn, which has been a while.
Offensive foul on Tim Kelly. And the Cougars get it back.
Well, that was a nice charge. The Cougars under Coach Smallwood are not only a transition team, but they're pretty fundamentally sound. They do a lot of good things, and taking that charge right there was a good example of that.
Nice give and go. Shot is blocked, but it's a foul.
Well, that's not the first time Machine McIntyre has taken the ball to the basket this game. You're going to see a lot of that. This is one of the best junior guards in the region, one of the best recruits, because he can do a little bit of everything.
Here's the Golden Corral trying to distract him. You don't find that a lot in a high school game, that you're able to put your fans right behind that basket and look at Jim Rao, the coach of Cedar Cliff. There's the foul on the way up.
And that looked like a good block. I know Coach Rao wasn't happy with that. He's still working the sidelines and working the officials because of that call.
Nice offensive rebound by the Cougars. Fitzpatrick. Down court. They'll slow it up. There's Hopkins. Nice move to Kelly.
Kelly's got great hands. And that's where that football, he's averaging 13th leading scorer on this team, Greg. And he doesn't have a shot within 5 feet, so that shows you how good he is. Gets most of his points right around the bucket at 13 points a game.
Aru. Give and go.
Look at the teamwork. Well, in the long arms of Stump, who's almost 6'5" and a half now, and Noel Rue, 6'4", 6'5". These guys are playing patter ball out there back and forth.
Cougars down 4, 3 minutes gone by, first quarter, and a travel. Golden Corral with lots to cheer about in the opening 3.
Here's Kelly bringing the ball down. Again, Matt Acevedo with the ankle, usually is the one helping out. A lot of players playing out of position here for Cedar Cliff, but they're handling it at this point.
Stump had the ball, and there's a foul.
What's so tough about Logan Stump, Greg, is he's probably the only player on the court that can hit the three, hit the pull-up, and attack the basket with an effect. He has all parts of the game, and you see it right there. He's a threat from every angle. The big thing with Logan Stump is staying aggressive. Coach Rao is very proud of how he's played so far this season, but he does want more consistency on the aggressive end of the ball.
McIntyre for 3.
And here's Harrisburg playing in a full court pickup. This is the game they need to play with the lack of size around the basket in this game. Coach Smallwood didn't like that call because Majoke was pushing off as he was going by Fitzpatrick. He was not happy with that. He knows how important it is for Fitzpatrick to stay out of foul trouble.
Cedar Cliff up 1.
Or McIntyre, I apologize.
Fitzpatrick. Cougars with their lead by 1.
Will Hopkins did a tremendous job against Agnew and Cedar Cliff and the guards, but he has a taller order tonight against a team of guards for Harrisburg High.
Quick steal, they couldn't capitalize on the Cedar Cliff turnover, and Colts get it back.
Coach Smallwood looking at his team saying, hey guys, why that quick one? You know, we could have got something better than that. He wants his guys attacking the rim.
Will Hopkins brings it across the line. The joke. Got the touch and got it down.
Well, there you see the ability of Christo Majoke at 6'5", be able to penetrate and hit the pull-up.
McIntyre. He's got 5.
Cedar Cliff can't be comfortable exchanging baskets, Greg. They're going to have to get some stops on this end because Harrisburg has an unlimited amount of points going to the basket. Those are high percentage. They're going to make those all game long.
Colts 4 of 7 shooting from the field. 9-8. Cougars up midway through the first quarter. Mid-Penn Championships.
Cedar Cliff's going to change it up here and go a little bit of a 3-2 zone. See, they're going to make Harrisburg think, try to slow their pace down a little bit here. They did the same thing to Trinity in that second half, and that was probably a key in that second half, and the tide in that game turned.
Tim Kelly out with a couple of quick fouls, and the short jumper will not roll for McIntyre. Nice rebound by Cook-Lee Eastern. Jump. Possession arrow stays down this end. Kirk Smallwood, longtime coach, athletic director at Harrisburg High. Reaching in. Jackson. Fitzpatrick.
Well, not only can he quarterback a football team, but he can hit a three-point shot. He just gave the Cougars a 4-point lead.
Cedar Cliff had the early momentum. Harrisburg has a 4-point advantage. Fast-paced first quarter. Cedar Cliff almost got the rebound, gets knocked out of bounds off of Drew Dugan.
Cedar Cliff has not been able so far to get the ball in a post position. Everything's outside shooting at this point, or pull-up Jays, and they, it's advantage Harrisburg if they're not going to do more of this right here. Get to the hole or get that ball into the post position.
Noel LaRue was fouled as he went up. Averages over 16 points a game.
Noah's played with a lot of confidence. Coming off a mid-Penn semifinal, didn't produce a whole lot in that, but yeah, his teammates stepped up. But he's looking to have a big game tonight. This is one of the hottest players in the region this year with his production. Playing on the best team in the area record-wise.
LaRue gets the roll. He's got 5. And a look to cut it to 2. And he does. LaRue's got 6 of the Cedar Cliff 10. Tapped off of a Cedar Cliff, and Cougars get it back.
Cedar Cliff's going to stay in this. Looks like they're back in a man. Actually in the 3-2 extended. Again, making Harrisburg think, have to work the ball, try to close those gaps a lot easier in the 3-2. Definitely has caused Harrisburg to think a little more.
Jackson almost got the roll. They got the offensive rebound, got a second shot off. Almost a nice save by Fitzpatrick, and it's a foul in all of that.
Well, nice second effort by Chris Britton, who's only a sophomore for Harrisburg. He got a rebound put back there, just didn't go.
Fitzpatrick triggers in.
But without anybody over 6'2", 6'3" here, Harrisburg's gonna have to really move this ball and try to dissect this defense. The extended arms of the Cedar Cliff height is going to be hard to overcome unless they can knock down some shots.
Fitzpatrick, Stump got the rebound. LaRue to a cutting LaRue. Should say a joke to a cutting LaRue.
Well, and these guys are cousins. Both from the Sedan. They kind of know where each other's going to be on the court at all times.
And one wears 23 and the other wears 25, and they are of similar builds. And this is Majoke, who goes 6'3", and Aru goes 6'2". And this is Will Hopkins, who goes 6 foot even, and he draws the foul.
Well, and they're really keen on Logan Stump, who had a great semifinal coming in, but Jalen Fitzpatrick is keeping him at bay and making it really tough to get an opportunity around the basket.
Hopkins tried to get one off as he was fouled, or as he was hit on the way up. Here's Stumpf traveling.
Well, and I mean, you got one of the quickest guys, you know, in the Harrisburg. You know, big 33-pound Jalen Fitzpatrick guarding you. It's going to be tough to drive on a guy like that.
12-10, Harrisburg with the basketball and the lead. Mid-Penn Championships here on ABC 27. Patterson hits. Colts down 4. Under a minute left first quarter. A little too high. Dugan got it back. Stumpf. He was forced out of bounds. We have a foul.
Well, good things have been happening when Stumpf gets the basketball. He's been getting fouled every time, but it hasn't been happening often. They've been keeping the ball out of his hands on a regular basis.
Well, Matt Acevedo will come into the game. We talked about his injury.
Well, and Coach Rao, Matt's a competitor. He wants to play. Very, very cautious about getting him in the game because that ankle is still recovering. But Matt has been a difference maker for this team all year long.
Well, Fitzpatrick with a football-like move, and they capitalize as McIntyre was right there. Loose. There's a Rue. Well, big bucket right there by the Cougars, and a great move by Jalen Fitzpatrick. He, of course, a great quarterback on the Temple, made the Big 33 team. Paired up with Matt Johnson from Bishop McDevitt, become Big 33 time. But his concentration right now on basketball. And Rue hits his free throw. He's got 7. Cougars cheerleaders making the trip over.
Cedar Cliff wants to end this quarter on a good note. They want to sink these free throws and get a stop on the other end. They're going to need to catch some sort of rhythm offensively here. Harrisburg has them off balance to this point.
Rue has 8 of the Cedar Cliff 12. The Harrisburg lead is 4. Final seconds, first quarter. Fitzpatrick for 3. Tip goes to the Colts, end of the quarter. Cougars up 16-12 after 1. You're watching high school basketball live on ABC 27, presented by Arlington Orthopedics.
To play at a championship level requires a level of discipline few ever achieve. You prepare, you focus, and make a commitment to excellence. That's Hoffman Ford. #1 in sales and in service, because the customer is #1. Choose from over 400 vehicles in stock. Plus, we're your Roush performance dealer. Bigger selection, better deals. Hoffman Ford.
You don't think about physical therapy until you need it. When an injury occurs, think Select Physical Therapy. Select leads the way in providing patients with clinical expertise using the latest medical research and techniques. Our team provides physical and hand therapy, pre- and post-surgery, work injury rehabilitation, and much more. With several locations in the Harrisburg area, let Select return you to activity at home, work, or play. Select Physical Therapy. Recovery starts here.
We make Carbine simple by knocking down all the hurdles we can. We do what you expect, what's logical, or just plain right. For instance, the live market-driven prices we offer up front are the same everywhere you may choose to shop. Our prices are the same on the internet, by phone, or in the showroom. That's how it should be.
Experience car buying made simple at Bobby Ray Hall on the Carlisle Pike, Mechanicsburg.
Greg Mays, Charlie Fortney back with you. Cumberland Valley High School, Mid-Penn Championships. Harrisburg with the early 4-point lead after 1. Harrisburg's put the ball up 18 times from just 2-point land. 4 of 18, Cedar Cliff's 4 of 10. There's Stump, big three.
Yeah, that is a big three, and he's not getting much room. But here's a young man that's worked extremely hard on his game. He may be the most improved basketball player in the area. This is a player that was not used on varsity much last year, went about 6'2", up to about 6'5", gained about 17 pounds of muscle in the offseason, has really helped Cedar Cliff's cause this year.
Kelly almost had the steal, and they do. Acevedo. Oh, lost it off Kelly. Couldn't capitalize on the turnover. 16-15. The Harrisburg High cheerleaders. Golden Corral and a lot of gold scattered in throughout this great crowd at Cumberland Valley High School tonight. Not a whole lot of empty seats here. Glad that you're with us tonight on ABC 27.
Well, Cedar Cliff staying with that 3-2 zone.
Fitzpatrick puts it down.
Well, that's a comfort level for Jalen Fitzpatrick. He likes that transition and pull-up game. Can even hit the three-point shot. He can score from any part of the game. He can put the ball in the hole. Now Harrisburg going to a 3-2 of their own, making Cedar Cliff think about it. Logan Stump accounts for 45% of the three-point shooting for Cedar Cliff, so he's a big focal point here in this zone.
Kelly double teamed in the corner. And they're going to go a jump.
Well, Kelly's very good around the basket, but handling the basketball has been a problem at times here. It looks like he's going to
called a foul.
Well, he's going to get some foul shots out of this one.
That was a foul called against Dominique Lewis. We'll watch it again as Acevedo goes to the bench.
Yeah,
it went over his back.
Yeah. Coach Rao's not sure about Matt Acevedo's contribution right now. Goes back with Hopkins. Acevedo's still hopping around gingerly on that ankle, so I think he's just testing him right now to see how he is.
Cougars up 3 here in the second quarter. Fitzpatrick, nice rebound underneath Lewis.
That was a great block by Tim Kelly, who doesn't get near enough credit for doing the little things. Nice pass by Logan Stump inside to Kelly. Kelly's going to return the favor to Majoke.
Call for traveling.
Well, you know what, my prep school coach has been doing it for almost 45 years now. Fletcher Arrett out of prep school, and he always said don't turn a good shot into a bad pass, and that's what Christo Majoke did right there.
Harrisburg up by 3, second quarter.
Advanced Hoops is celebrating 10 years of training youth in the Harrisburg region. In 2010, we trained over 1,000 youth from kindergarten to 12th grade. Our spring program is going to be amazing. So as I pass the ball,
you make the call to get any questions answered regarding our spring games, shooting, dribbling, or AAU opportunities.
We specialize in making training look easy.
And Charlie is not the only one that can shoot a basketball around here.
We make Carbine simple by knocking down all the hurdles we can. We do what you expect, what's logical, or just plain right. For instance, the live market-driven prices we offer up front are the same everywhere you may choose to shop. Our prices are the same on the internet, by phone, or in the showroom. That's how it should be.
Experience car buying made simple at Bobby Ray Hall on the Carlisle Pike, Mechanicsburg.
18-15. Great game so far. Now, we have sport coats on. It is warm in here, I think, with all the people, and I think obviously these guys are in shape, but you're not used to playing in a warm gym like this.
Well, Greg, I don't know. I mean, you're the TV guy. Do I have permission to take this jacket off?
You can, yes.
I'll tell you. Well, as long as Marcus doesn't film us here up here.
It'll be fine.
No, I did iron the shirt underneath.
You look very presentable. But it is, of course, it was a great day outside, and you put 2,500 people in here, and this is not. There we are, see? Oh, leave it on, leave it on. Oh, you're going to take it. That's fine. You have my permission.
All right, I'm taking it off.
Stanley Lumpkin into the game now. He's number 10.
Well, Harrisburg's not afraid to go deep on the bench, and they have it. Jalen Fitzpatrick and Hashim McIntyre, you're not going to see them leave the floor tonight, but they will rotate the other three.
Fitzpatrick didn't get the roll. The joke got the rebound. Kelly controls. Nice play by Tim Kelly.
Well, and this shows how athletic Tim Kelly is. You know, I have a feeling that a lot of people came in this gym today and they saw the announcements and they saw the starters, and Tim Kelly does not look the part on the basketball floor at all. But when I was watching that, I thought, wow, there's a lot of people in this gym that haven't seen Cedar Cliff play. They're going to be really surprised how well this guy plays, and that was a good example.
Well, he averages 13.7. We've seen him on TV. We've seen him a lot in person. We're shooting highlights for ABC 27 News. I love the way he plays. Look at this crowd here tonight.
Well, and he's bigger than he looks. He's a solid 6'2", 6'3", and the arms on Tim Kelly and the athleticism. He was up by the rim laying that ball in right there.
Jalen Fitzpatrick will trigger it in. Lead is down to 1 from the outside. Jackson, they got the roll, got the rebound.
Well, and this is what Harrisburg does. They will get, they are the king of garbage points. They do a lot of practice drills to work on instinct, throwing that ball off the glass. Who can get the most putbacks? They teach fundamentals, but they teach a lot of instinct out there, and that you saw it on that play right there.
McIntyre's got 9. That is Chris Britton. He is just a sophomore at 6'3". That is Kirk Smallwood, the Harrisburg High coach. And Tim Kelly will go to the line.
Well, this is the guy that Chris Britton, a sophomore. This is the guy that Coach Smallwood, they're very high on. They want this guy to continue to mature as a player. They want him to get tougher mentally, physically. Started a bunch of ball games for him this year, but his best basketball is ahead of him. This young man could have a few more inches here. He's going to keep growing. He's going to keep getting better as a player. He's a great young man and a great sophomore leader for Harrisburg.
Kelly has 6. Lead back to 1.
Well, Coach Rao going with Drew Dugan, not afraid to sub, give Noah Rule a break. Now they're in more of a 2-3 zone, trying to beef up the rebounds around the basket and not extend it as much.
Working the post. Hanging one-hander. They're going to get the tip, get a second try, and Lumpkin gets it to fall.
Well, they're the best at that. Again, they're the best at the second opportunities. These kids play a lot of basketball.
Stump. And a foul.
Now, it's going to be interesting. Foul against Kelly. Look, Jalen Fitzpatrick. Okay, that's his second. Coach Smallwood wants to keep him from getting his third. He's probably going to trust him at this point. Certainly doesn't like this foul. It was away from the ball. And Kelly making him pay on the foul line here.
Kelly looks to connect on his 8th point to cut it to 1. Big offensive rebound, but who's got it? Who last touched it? It went off Cedar Cliff and it went off of Dugan.
Oh, Dugan tried to use his body there, but the quickness of Chris Britton just won out on that one. That was a good high school basketball play. We've seen these guys, this is a championship game. They're laying it out on the court here, Greg. It's going to be hard picking a player of the game, I'll tell you that.
3:27 left, first half.
I'll tell you what, both these teams respect each other because they're both in the zones right now.
Jumper doesn't roll on a big board by Majoke. Out to Aru. Harrisburg, lost it off of his hands. Career Jackson had it.
Well, I'll tell you what, Cedar Cliff has a chance to tie or go ahead here, and they've fought back in this, and this is a big part of the game for Harrisburg here because they've been manufacturing points without the size around the basket. Dugan's taking a lot of shots that don't seem his style, and I don't know what's going on there. But I know Coach Rao would rather have a better shot the last 2 times down the court.
A little block right in front of us there, and you hear the Golden Corral's reaction. Dugan got hit as he went up, and he'll take a seat. McIntyre. Look at the second chances they're getting. Fitzpatrick didn't get the roll. They get the rebound, almost again a jump. But boy, they're getting the offensive rebounds.
I'll tell you what, Harrisburg's been getting the second chance. I mean, Chris Britton working like crazy around the basket, and also Stanley Lumpkin outsized under there, but they're really making it tough. But Cedar Cliff just has that height over him at this point, Greg.
Coming up on 2 minutes of the first half. Quick ball movement, loose on the floor. We got another jump, not yet. Now we do.
That's some great Harrisburg defense closing the gap on the ball there. Cedar Cliff can't play with the ball because Harrisburg's a lot lower to the ground. There's not going to be much room to dribble. It's like dribbling without a purpose at this point. And they're missing a lot of good shot opportunities because of it. Coach Rao would rather them move the ball and try to get some open shot opportunities.
Cougars up 2 with the basketball. Lumpkin. Nice move by McIntyre. Boy, he's got 11.
Well, and he makes it look easy. He's probably the calmest player on the court, and you know, he's probably the most explosive player for Harrisburg right now.
Kelly working at the baseline, kicks it back out. Stump for 3. Big rebound, Aru. Got it again. They got 3 chances there. They'll get a 4th.
Well, and Harrisburg's comfortable with this, and they're letting them play. Stump.
They got a 5th with Kelly and a whistle. Nothing fell. They got a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, well, Stump's getting some really good opportunities. They're not falling, but I'll tell you what. Look at Cedar Cliff going to the boards now. You got Kelly. You got Noah Rule. Second chance opportunities. I think hats off to both teams. I'd like to see the offensive rebound stats in this game, because I'll tell you what, I've seen more offensive rebounds in this game than I've seen probably in most of our high school basketball lives put together. These teams are going after the boards.
We got 14 offensive rebounds for Harrisburg.
Yeah.
4 for Cedar Cliff.
Wow,
so 14, huh?
Well, 18, there's more, according to Jim's stat sheet, there's more offensive rebounds than defensive rebounds. How often do you see that in a game? It just shows you when you get offensive rebounds, that's good coaching. I mean, and Harrisburg has been the best over the years at their kids getting second chance opportunities. And Don Ross and the staff over there and the big guys, they do a great job.
Stump had the ball and then he lost it. And McIntyre's shot won't go, but we have a foul.
Now Cedar Cliff's getting a hand on it, but they're not pulling it down quite and chinning that ball like you're supposed to. So you got to chin that ball. We get the rebound. That one was a miscue, but you got to chin it. Look at Adam Brenneman there in number 33 for Cedar Cliff. We had a shot of him earlier. He's a stud. 6'4", 6'5". Under the basket there. He's only a sophomore. He's got major colleges looking at him. He's Catafio's, I would say he's his banana split on the football team as far as a recruit. I mean, he's the best thing you're going to get at the drive-thru at Dairy Queen, I'll tell you, because that kid got some arms, some legs on him. Coach Rao's going to use him and probably make sure he doesn't stop coming out for basketball the next 2 years, that's for sure.
McIntyre's got 13 and the lead is 4 now. Losing the handle was Majoke.
Well, Cedar Cliff's got to get tough on these. These reach-ins aren't going to be called. The refs, this is Mid-Penn Championship. They're calling it both ways, and they're going to let these guys play. So they're going to have to hold on to those balls going to the basket. I know Coach Rao's not happy with it. A lot of reaching and stuff, but it is both ways at this point, Greg.
All right, Cedar Cliff will take a quick timeout here. Reminder coming up at halftime, we're talking with Dr. Matthew Espenshade from Arlington Orthopedics about hand injuries, and we'll get his perspective on Arlington Orthopedics' involvement with high school basketball live and advanced hoops, where you can sign up, be part of the AAU teams, the spring 5-on-5, shooting, dribbling, summer camps, all available at advancedhoops.com or by calling 657-2620.
Just don't call me now, Greg. I'm here at the game.
But you can talk to Charlie during the day. And Hoffman Ford's our player of the game sponsor. Go to advancedhoops.com and click on the live TV icon, and you can vote for the player of the game. But I would not do it right now because we have a long way to go. But a lot of great information there on Advanced Hoops. Harrisburg has taken 30 shots, Cedar Cliff 15. But think about how many of those have been off the offensive rebound.
Well, it's like we talked about in the girls' game. Sometimes it's not how many you make. If you take twice as many shots like Harrisburg does, that shows effort. That shows opportunity. You can make half as many, and the game can be tied. So it's they're getting a lot of opportunities, and that means they've come to play.
Final seconds, first half. Cedar Cliff's going to look for one. Who takes it? Trying to get Stump free. Not a lot of time left here. At the buzzer, Stump, boom! Free to go to the locker room. Logan Stump, patient, connects with a three. Great first half. 26-20 Harrisburg. We're back with more at halftime as we continue live. High school basketball live on ABC 27, presented by Arlington Orthopedics.
Get ready to start popping with Pizza Hut's Cheesy Bites Pizza. It's your favorite Pizza Hut pizza surrounded by 28 tasty cheese-filled bites. You won't be able to stop pulling them, dipping them, and popping them. And right now, a Cheesy Bites pizza with your favorite topping is just $11.99. Plus, add a 2-liter Pepsi and an order of breadsticks for just $5 more. The Cheesy Bites pizza deal won't last long, only $11.99 and only at your Pizza Hut.
There's something to be said for a company that has survived the Great Depression, weathered a handful of recessions, and emerged from today's challenging marketplace stronger than ever. And it's worth noting that success has come while keeping its headquarters and decision-making local for more than 80 years. Perhaps growing deeper roots to ensure strength and stability is an idea whose time has come. We figured that out 8 decades ago. Penn National Insurance.
You don't think about physical therapy until you need it. When an injury occurs, think Select Physical Therapy. Select leads the way in providing patients with clinical expertise using the latest medical research and techniques. Our team provides physical and hand therapy, pre- and post-surgery, work injury rehabilitation, and much more. With several locations in the Harrisburg area, let Select return you to activity at home, work, or play. Select Physical Therapy. Recovery starts here.
Having been to Arlington Orthopedics several times over the past roughly 15 years, I have found them to be very caring.
For 15 or 20 years, I've dealt with sciatic nerve pain down both legs. Kind of figured I was going to have that all my life.
Because of crippling arthritis, I no longer could hold on to things.
We went through this disc fusion surgery. It's just changed my whole life.
The pain is virtually gone, and he fully expects me to return to 100%.
Ryan and Todd from Hoffman Ford, Harrisburg's largest volume and only Ford dealer. What does Hoffman Ford mean to you? Respect, outstanding customer service, honest communication, superior sales and service staff. Did you know that we're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? Check us out at hoffmanford.com. Check out our new and used inventory, look for service specials, make appointments, get a quote, and even apply for credit. That's right, just another reason why Hoffman Ford is Harrisburg's most powerful name in Fords.
All right, we're back at Cumberland Valley High School. The Harrisburg High Cougars with a 26-25 lead at halftime of the Mid-Penn Conference Championship. Greg Mace with Charlie Fortney. Dr. Matthew Espenshade from Arlington Orthopedics will join us. First of all, I want to ask you about the response you've got in Arlington Orthopedics. You've been a presenting sponsor. Really the first time you've kind of put your name out there in the public. Well, talk a little bit about the response you've gotten, because we've gotten some great response to people watching.
Well, the numbers have been great in terms of our the viewers watching the program. We'd like to thank Advanced Hoops and ABC 27 for giving us this opportunity. We've really seen an increase in the amount of sports injuries we're seeing. We're just hoping to grow our practice, get our name better known in the community, and improve patient care for our high school athletes.
All right, let's talk about that, because when you see a high school athlete come in, particularly with basketball, and what we're going to hear from when you talk with Charlie here is hand and wrist injury, is there something common that people would see in a basketball injury when it comes to that?
Yeah, most basketball players at some point will sustain an injury to their hand or wrist. Fractures, tendon and ligament injuries are the most common things we see. You know, you'll always see kids out there with their fingers taped together, either from a fracture or some type of ligament injury. So good thing is they usually heal pretty quickly, and they can a lot of times play through it. So.
All right, let's hear more from Matthew and Charlie up close with Arlington Orthopedics.
Dr. Matt, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me today.
Yeah, we picked a tough topic. I mean, hand and wrist injuries. This is broad. I mean, I can think of a lot of things. I know I've stoved my finger several times. I've had a ganglion cyst on my right there in between the joint.
That's a wrist joint.
Yeah, wrist joint. So, I mean, I can go through a list of things, but what are some of the most common wrist and hand injuries that you guys see here at Arlington?
Well, at Arlington, in terms of wrist injuries in athletes, we see things like wrist sprains and strains, bone contusions, and fractures, all the way up to full strains would be a tendon tear in fingers, and jersey finger, and you can see ligament ruptures as well.
Mm-hmm. What are some of the injuries that happen to the hand that could lead to surgery?
Well, fractures, if they're into the joints and the joint is separated enough, you may have to fix that so it's back to the way it was before it was broken. If a tendon's fully torn and you can't do the function that tendon normally performs, like bend your fingers up or down, you'd have to repair them.
Is there a certain kind of athlete that you guys see that are more prone to these wrist sprains and wrist injuries in general?
Most common sports we see hand and wrist injuries in, probably football. Mm-hmm. Other sports you can see basketball, falls, people are jumping, trip, sprain their ankle, but then put their hand out to catch themselves, and that often is where they sprain their wrist.
Where are the most common injuries on the hand for younger kids?
Playground injuries, sports injuries in kids is in the radius, which is a bone in the forearm, forms part of the wrist joint, and you see buckle fractures in kids, which are fractures not into the growth plate, but right above it usually. Mm-hmm. Kind of just one side of the bone breaks, and it's like a tree branch that's new, that's nice and green. It won't snap the whole way like a dried out tree branch. The other common places is finger injuries, fractures of the bones in the hand and the fingers themselves. There's a fracture called a boxer's fracture, mm-hmm. which is usually from people hitting something. Occurs on the small finger right here in this bone, which is the metacarpal.
Are there any exercises you can think of that a coach could have their athletes do that would maybe avoid future injuries?
Big things that strengthen, there's little muscles inside your hand, and the forearm muscles are what is responsible for moving your hand and wrist. So anything where you're squeezing,
like a tennis
squeeze
ball,
tennis ball, anything along those lines is great to strengthen up the hand muscle.
To see the full interview with Dr. Matthew Espenshade on hand and wrist injuries, go to advancedhoops.com. Thanks again for watching.
To be sure, Faulkner Toyota on Paxton Street across from the Harrisburg Mall invites you to check out our extensive assortment of new and used vehicles. Consider the excitement of driving the RAV4 or the functionality of our top-rated Sienna minivan. Test drive the super fuel-efficient Prius hybrid along with our Camrys, Corollas, Tacoma pickups, as well as a full selection of Scions. You'll find security, design, comfort, and a price that will fit your own lifestyle. Call or visit us at faulknertoyota.net.
What game will you bring? Your B game or C? Tomorrow's performance depends on today's recovery. Rebuild. Recharge. Reclaim your A game. Regen, intelligent recovery.
Fortney Construction is on the move, building additions, renovations, and PIAA certified for window and door replacements with a quality of work that the customer can count on. Call today. Ask about solar and energy solutions, as well as our solar module installation. You can save money on electric, and the electric company will send you cash for the solar energy your panels generate.
Integrity, reliability, and experience is what Fortney Construction's all about. And it's a great name.
At Lou Panetti, Rogliano, and Hockenberry Family Dentistry, you will receive patient care with a smile, along with comprehensive dental treatment and technologically advanced equipment to meet all your family needs.
I think what you'll find here, if you look around the office, is a very, very comfortable atmosphere.
The quality of care that the doctors give to our patients is absolutely phenomenal.
Our service provides a gentle approach from doctors who care.
Turner Kia in Harrisburg has your family covered. Need room to transport the kids? Check out the all-new Kia Sorento or Sedona van. The reliable and affordable Kia Soul and Forte are perfect for college students. And Turner Kia has an incredible selection of certified used vehicles for drivers of all ages. All new and certified used Kias come with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. And with Turner's exclusive TLC, you know you'll be taken care of. As Owlbert says, Turner is the smart choice for your next vehicle. Turner Kia, Chambers Hill Road, Harrisburg.
26-25, Harrisburg. We look at the first half statistics. Boy, we talked about opportunities, and you see the number of opportunities that Harrisburg had from the two-point land, 9 of 30. But look at the offensive rebounds, 15.
Well, it's an interesting paradigm because it's showing Harrisburg being more aggressive in their shot opportunities, but then Cedar Cliff has a 9 for 11 from the foul line, so it shows a little bit more aggressiveness on their part, but it just goes to show you shooting basically 33% each from the field, but one team gets more opportunities. They got the advantage.
So one half for the Mid-Penn title. Is this what you expected in the first half?
Well, I didn't expect both teams to settle into zones, but it looks like they're both trying to feel each other out. Neither team wants to get behind in this transition game, especially Cedar Cliff against a smaller, overall quicker Harrisburg. They want to try to use their size to advantage in the zone defense. Cedar Cliff's definitely going to have to get stops and then finish on the other end if they're going to, they haven't had a lead in a long time in this game. So they're definitely going to have to do that.
Looking for the first shot of this half. Stump comes away with a turnover out to Kelly.
Yeah, the last lead was 6-2, 6-5, and then Harrisburg tied it at 7-7, and then from there it's been Harrisburg ahead the entire game.
One touch pass to Kelly. He's got 10, and Cedar Cliff is back on top for the first time in a long time.
It's a big point in the game for Harrisburg because they're going to have to knock down shots and keep dissecting this defense. And there's a great block by Kelly.
Colts with a chance to advance. This is a great one-touch passage. Stump!
Wow, they're playing great team ball. Noah Rue and Logan Stump.
Quick run by the Colts. 30-26, early third.
Are color copies really 10 cents?
Yeah, 10 cents.
It's easy. Call Fortney Printing. They punch in the order, copies get made, quickly put in boxes. Fortney Printing delivers on time.
Wow, only 10 cents.
Advanced Hoops is celebrating 10 years of training youth in the Harrisburg region. In 2010, we trained over 1,000 youth from kindergarten to 12th grade. Our spring program is going to be amazing. So as I pass the ball,
you make the call to get any questions answered regarding our spring games, shooting, dribbling, or AAU opportunities.
We specialize in making training look easy.
And Charlie is not the only one that can shoot a basketball around here.
Cedar Cliff on a 5-0 run to start this first half.
Well, and this is an important time in the game for Harrisburg and Cedar Cliff. But Harrisburg in particular needs to respond. And right now the stump, the size of Cedar Cliff is starting to show its fruit. And here's Kelly. Man, he's amazing at attacking the basket.
Now let's watch that three-pointer here a moment ago.
Well, here's what's happening here. Logan Stump and Noel Rue are working really well together. That was the end of the first, actually this was the end of this was the last play, but that was the same play that happened at the end of the half. So they brought that out into the second half, and it's given them the advantage now. Boy, Tim Kelly is a hard to handle, and Majoke, and these guys are hard to handle around the basket with their size and strength.
Had that big three-pointer to end the half, and now on a 5-0 run looking to add to the 4-point lead.
And Smallwood's quickly going to man-to-man. He's got to speed this game up. He's got to use his quickness. He quickly made the adjustment. He doesn't want Cedar Cliff to get in any more half-court rhythm against that zone. Credit Logan Stump for opening it up with his outside game.
The joke. Hopkins. We'll go back to the Cougars.
Wow, and this is a shot that Hopkins, he hasn't made him tonight. This is a shot he nailed against Cedar Cliff, or Trinity, I should say, to put him in the finals. So Will Hopkins is not afraid to take that shot. He's made that before.
Harrisburg looking for their first bucket here of the half.
Well, it's interesting. Now here's Cedar Cliff returning the favor in a man-to-man. And you would, Coach Rouse showing a lot of confidence in his team. The zone has been really working. A lot of pushing around the basket. Lewis. Looks like Dominic Lewis here around the basket.
Smallwood not happy with that one.
Well, he's coming in with the sophomore, Chris Britton. It's a vulnerable time here for Harrisburg with Lewis. Now has 3 fouls. He was doing a lot of the dirty work, or the tough work, I should say, around the basket for Harrisburg.
3 minutes gone by in the quarter, and Harrisburg is yet to score. Stump went baseline with it, taken away by McIntyre. Cougars run. Fitzpatrick.
That's a nice take by Fitzpatrick. Stump made that a lot harder than what it was down there. He should have hit the pull-up. Tried to go a little too far. The guards for Harrisburg converged on that quickly.
Lead down to 2. Kelly. Stump, open 3. Looks like a Rue went over the back.
It's going to be 2 on a Rue. Referees are doing a very good job in this game, keeping the fouls even.
Cougars with a chance to tie or take the lead. Stump got the big rebound.
Yeah, he's got a few big rebounds here in this half for Cedar Cliff.
I would assume one of the messages from Jim Rao was let's limit their offensive rebounds, and he wants a timeout. 30-28, Cedar Cliff, third quarter.
Having been to Arlington Orthopedics several times over the past roughly 15 years, I have found them to be very caring.
For 15 or 20 years, I've dealt with sciatic nerve pain down both legs. Kind of figured I was going to have that all my life.
Because of crippling arthritis, I no longer could hold on to things.
We went through this disc fusion surgery. It's just changed my whole life.
The pain is virtually gone, and he fully expects me to return to 100%.
Borman & Babb Certified Public Accountants is a full-service accounting, tax, and consulting firm with over 17 years' experience serving the central Pennsylvania region. From taxes to payroll, from corporate accounting to business consulting, let Borman & Babb help you achieve your financial success.
Look at the big crowd here at Cumberland Valley High School. Great turnout, great game. Trinity girls won the first game in the girls' championship, beating Lower Dauphin 48-38. We've got a great one here in the boys' game. Cedar Cliff trailing for much of this game, now with the 2-point advantage.
Trinity, Cedar Cliff working really hard. Cedar Cliff's working really hard to try to get an advantage and get a post up inside, but Harrisburg knows what they're trying to do. They're making it really tough by playing a really good denial man defense. Now here's Cedar Cliff and it looks like a box and one on Jalen Fitzpatrick. Maybe not now. They're moving around a little bit. It looked at first like a box and one.
Slipped to travel. Wow.
I'll tell you what, you never know with Coach Rao. He's not afraid to do anything out there. In that Trinity game, we saw a triangle and 2. We saw a 1-3-1. We saw a 3-2 man-to-man. We saw a little bit of everything.
Now they'll put some pressure here in the backcourt. Colts up by 2 with the basketball. Joke off balance. I think a foul goes against Chris Britton.
They have not been calling the 50-50 ones, but that was a strong take to the basket by Christo Majoke, and he earned these 2 foul shots.
And he's got 3. Jim Morale talks it over with Logan Stump. He's a junior. Goes at 6'4".
Like Chris Britton now has 3 fouls. Harrisburg's inside game is getting in foul trouble at this point.
Richardson. Fitzpatrick got it to go.
This is truly the strength of Harrisburg tonight, is this guard play. It just seems like a battle of styles here tonight. Which style is going to win out? Is it going to be the size of Cedar Cliff or the quickness of the Harrisburg backcourt?
Jalen Fitzpatrick has 11. And Jalen Fitzpatrick ties the game. 31-31. Move by Majoke. Kelly got it to fly home.
Well, Christo Majoke having to play point guard with the absence of Matt Acevedo. It's taking the pressure off Will Hopkins. And what a luxury to have a 6'5" wing forward to run the point for you in a time of need, Greg.
Low and a foul. A foot shuffling, but pushed him off the ball.
Well, that's a foul on Logan Stump. Logan Stump has 2 now. Cedar Cliff is slowly not getting in foul trouble, but they're on the borderline with Aru and Stump having 2 fouls apiece.
McIntyre in the paint.
Wow, he's tough.
McIntyre averaging over 14 points a game. He had 13 in the first half, and he'll look to add to that. Jim Rao, the coach of Cedar Cliff, looking on.
Coach Smollett's had to adjust here tonight. They're used to having the luxury of a 6'7" Richardson to get the ball to and balance it out. The guards, McIntyre, Fitzpatrick, Lewis, these guys are having to do, Patterson, are having to do a lot more to carry their team offensively. It's a change in style. It's throwing Cedar Cliff off a little bit. It definitely is putting Cedar Cliff in a position to have to guard all these guys. And it looks like we got a tie game.
That was the 3rd foul on Tim Kelly, by the way. He gets it in the stump and almost lost it, and Kelly got it back.
Well, and you got Tim Kelly bringing the ball down the court here. He's a forward. Again, Cedar Cliff not in a point guard rhythm tonight. Nice pass by Stump on the inside.
As Aru.
Again, a battle of styles here.
Back down court.
Coach Smallwood wanted that foul call there and didn't get it.
Kelly. A big rebound right there, and it goes, and it counts. Noel Aru.
Well, I'll tell you why. Coach Smallwood, I know we don't have a shot of his face right now, probably we shouldn't, but He's not happy because on this end of the court, he felt like his guy had good angle going to the hoop. Now on the other end here, it seems to be not near as hard of a foul. And now Cedar Cliff, he thinks, got away with one. But hey, it's been a very well called game. It's part of the game, and Coach Small would be the first to tell his guys to play through this. But this is an important time of the game, 38-33.
Aru with 13. That one didn't go, and Stump got the rebound. Adam Brenneman back in. We're working it low. Loose. Still loose. Came away with it. Majoke. The lead to 40-33. Big trip here for Harrisburg. Patterson missed. There's an offensive rebound finally, but the defensive board's cleared by the Colts. And Aru will slow it up.
Big possession here for Cedar Cliff. They want to get something out of this. They want to start there's only 1:06 on the clock. They do not want to give Harrisburg any life right now because the air's been knocked out of the ball here for them.
Tried to throw it through traffic. There's Lumpkin. Big bucket by Fitzpatrick. Takes a little steam away. Lead back to 5.
Cedar Cliff only has one guard on the court. They're going with 4 basically wing forwards and a Brenneman, a true 5. And they got Will Hopkins is the only ball handler.
Coming up on 20 seconds and a foul out front.
Well, that's Fitzpatrick's. That's his 3rd. And that's Coach Smallwood's going to give him a break here. Well, actually he's not. He's going to trust his leader. But Cedar Cliff with 18.5, they're going to want to get the last shot here and try to end on a good note.
Want to move it in. This is Will Hopkins. Find some paint. Shot is blocked, goes out of bounds, but they'll still get one more shot with 6 left.
Yeah, with 6 seconds to go. You don't want to give any chance for Harrisburg to get a bucket here. You want to go into the 4th quarter with at least this lead, or maybe better it by a bucket.
One shot for the Colts. Tim Kelly.
Nice left hand by Kelly.
And the Colts down by 1 at the half, lead by 7 after 3. You're watching high school basketball live. The Mid-Penn Finals on ABC 27, presented by Arlington Orthopedics.
There's something to be said for a company that has survived the Great Depression, weathered a handful of recessions, and emerged from today's challenging marketplace stronger than ever. And it's worth noting that success has come while keeping its headquarters and decision-making local for more than 80 years. Perhaps growing deeper roots to ensure strength and stability is an idea whose time has come. We figured that out 8 decades ago. Penn National Insurance.
You don't think about physical therapy until you need it. When an injury occurs, think Select Physical Therapy. Select leads the way in providing patients with clinical expertise using the latest medical research and techniques. Our team provides physical and hand therapy, pre- and post-surgery, work injury rehabilitation, and much more. With several locations in the Harrisburg area, let Select return you to activity at home, work, or play. Select Physical Therapy. Recovery starts here.
All-state freshman Malia Tate DeFreitas tore her ACL in a heated state playoff, and her dreams seemed shattered.
Tried to come back in and it wasn't working out. I thought that my basketball career was over.
Getting an assist from the doctors at Arlington Orthopedic, Malia is ready to attack the hoop this season.
It feels good when I jump and cut and stuff. It feels normal, and the brace really helps me.
To go from tears to a smile, it was just a beautiful thing.
Here we go, fourth quarter. The lead 7 for the Colts.
Well, Greg, I don't know, behind us, this Cedar Cliff Golden Corral is just rocking. And Christo Majoke on that block shot is playing off of it. This is a very important time for Harrisburg to respond with a 7-point lead for Cedar Cliff. This game could open up here, and Harrisburg needs a big basket.
And they got it right there,
yeah.
Jalen Fitzpatrick.
Well, and he's my vote for player of the game if he keeps this up.
He's got 16, lead back to 5. There's a Rue. Hopkins had a shot blocked. Oh, look at Rue down low. Noah Rue has 15.
Well, I'll tell you what, the teamwork between the Cedar Cliff players has been fun to watch. How these guys are rooting for each other out there. Nice tie-up.
And look at Crystal Majoke.
Yeah, and this is not a bad attitude, just for anybody watching at home. This is a young man. Wow, he's pumping up the Golden Corral. He's saying, hey, this is our time. This is Cedar Cliff time here, guys. We've waited a long time, and let's bring this home.
That's the Golden Corral you hear chanting.
Well, we'll probably see him in a bit here. They're fun to watch, that crowd. It's good for high school basketball to have kids like that, fans like that cheering for you, especially when they're your classmates.
We've had some great crowds this year for our high school basketball live games. Now the Colts can afford to be a little patient as Kelly takes it home for 2. Tim Kelly's got 16, and there's the Golden Corral.
Oh, and this is a 9-point game. We're going to... Cedar Cliff back in that extended 3-2 defense, and that's a hard defense to play against when you're throwing over 6'4", 6'5" Noel Aru.
Now that's the way the Hafts here have been going for Harrisburg. Stuff like that would have fallen, or they would have gotten the offensive rebound in the last half. Here's Kelly again. There's the offensive rebound by Aru. Well, they're crashing the offensive boards, too.
Yeah, Harrisburg's doing everything they can right now. Coach Smallwood knows, he's coaching every minute of this game, but he knows his guys are outsized right now. And here's just the athleticism of Rue. There's nothing you can do there, Greg. I mean, he's got his forwards are all in and have 3 or more fouls. And again, they don't have the big guy or the forward to match up with Cedar Cliff's size.
4th foul on Jalen Fitzpatrick.
One thing about Noel Rue, he loves the big moment. He played well against Redland. He's playing well here tonight. He thrives off this atmosphere.
Whistle. Think about a lane violation, eh? Yep. Second one against Lumpkin.
Well, the 3-man crew in the mid-pen has made the game a lot more efficient, but it's made a lot of coaches' life miserable because they'd rather some of these calls not be seen.
Well, was that another lane violation or a foul? Well, they're going to talk it over. 46-37, 6 minutes left in the 4th.
You don't think about physical therapy until you need it. When an injury occurs, think Select Physical Therapy. Select leads the way in providing patients with clinical expertise using the latest medical research and techniques. Our team provides physical and hand therapy, pre and post surgery, work injury rehabilitation, and much more. With several locations in the Harrisburg area, let Select return you to activity at home, work, or play. Select Physical Therapy. Recovery starts here.
Knoll Insurance, located at 704 Bridge Street in New Cumberland. They offer property, casualty, auto, homeowners, health, and life insurance. Knoll Insurance also offers notary services. Call Knoll Insurance today at 774-8128.
All right, let's watch Lumpkin. Explain this, Charlie.
Yes, that is a lane violation because it has to hit the rim before the player can actually go in. It used to be that on the release of the shot, a player could go in, but these the emphasis is, okay, once the ball hits, it has to hit the rim. Okay, and then clearly several players are in the lane breaking that rule.
All right, there you go. Good job by our Invictus Sports crew and Chad Edwards there in the truck. 46-37, and Aru adds to the lead. He's got 16. Lead is 10. Mid-Penn Boys Championship. Greg Mays, Charlie Fortney here on ABC 27. Quick big basket right there by Lumpkin. Took a little momentum away. A big steal right there. Jackson.
Yep, and right back in at Harrisburg. Now it's a two-basket game. And this is where Cedar Cliff's got to take care of the basketball and not get careless.
Inside for Stump, and a foul, and it's just going to go back to Cedar Cliff. That had some turnover potential right there, and it could have been a 4-point swing quickly, and the lead is down to 6.
Well, I'll tell you what, Harrisburg came out fired up after that timeout. Coach Smallwood let him have it and said, guys, if we're going to win this game, it's got to be us as a team.
Another steal.
We can't make any excuses here, fellas.
Cooksley Easter. Kelly tried to come away with it, and it looks like they called Kelly for a foul, or is it against?
It's Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be his 4th foul, and I wouldn't look for him to go out of the game because Coach Smallwood's I would think he's going to try to ride this one out. Oh, that's number 5 on Fitzpatrick. I'm sorry.
Well, I thought it was 4 too.
Yeah, I missed one here. The Golden Corral, I'll tell you what, they're saying a goodbye to Fitzpatrick, but I'm going to tell you right now, this young man had played a tremendous game, and he's given the Harrisburg Cougars, who are 6'7" short here tonight, he's given them a fighting chance tonight.
Had 16 points. Kelly goes to the line, looking to add to his 16-point total, and he does. So with 5:10 left, the leader of this team, the leader of this Harrisburg team, is fouled out. And here is Tim Kelly, the leader of his Cedar Cliff team, and he's got 18.
Well, Patterson and the company, along with McIntyre, are going to have to really make something happen here.
Like Stump got a piece of that. Everybody's up on top of Lumpkin.
Now, Coach Rao likes the activity by his players, but he's going to pull them over. He's going to, he said, look, we don't need to put guys on the foul line. Stay on your feet. Coach Rao's a great coach. He knows how to coach the situation here, and he's doing it. I mean, why swat is what he's telling Christo right now. I mean, I played against Coach Rao. I had to deal with all the box and ones against me in high school, but I tell you what, I've also had a good earful from him on how to coach the game myself. He's been a great mentor to me as a young coach over the years, and I tell you what, he never stops coaching, Greg. He's coaching all the time.
That is Lumpkin's 6th point. Lead down to 6. Under 5 left, 4th quarter. Mid-Penn Boys Championship here on ABC 27. And the Cougars come up with another big steal. It's Patterson. Down court. Big whirling move by McIntyre.
Wow, and it's a 2-basket game. Coach Rao wants to talk about it. He doesn't want Harrisburg to get any life here.
4:42 here in the fourth. Cedar Cliff lead down to 4, and a look at the Harrisburg crowd. Well, we'll talk about our player of the game, the Hoffman Ford player of the game, and boy, wide open stuff. Certainly Noel LaRue and Tim Kelly have played so well. Fitzpatrick's out of the game. Now it's McIntyre, the guy who's got to really get things. He's got to be the leader of this team. You saw him in the first half. He had 13 points. Tim Kelly making things go.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, honestly, with 4 minutes and 43 seconds a game, a 2-basket game, this game is far from over because Harrisburg, with their quickness, can make anything happen right now. And Cedar Cliff's yet to get a comfort level of breaking that press. And Coach Rao's talking about it right now. It's going to be interesting to see how they attack this, whether they stay aggressive or whether they tighten up a little bit here. Naturally, they're going to attack this press with a man in the middle. But look for Harrisburg to start trapping a little bit.
Everything we expected and then some. Colts got away with one there and a foul.
McIntyre is bringing his team together. Harrisburg's coming together right now. And Cedar Cliff is going to have to hold serve from the foul line to keep putting the pressure on the Cougars.
So Christo Majoke to the line. 6'3" junior gets his 6th point of the game.
Well, and he's been big in this game. When you talk about MVP, Greg, I know we always think of points, but without Acevedo, Will Hopkins being outmatched at the point guard, only just himself out there tonight without a helper. He's brought the ball up against one of the best guards in the region, and Jalen Fitzpatrick and Hashim McIntyre.
He's made a lot of things happen in this game. Cougars down 6. Big block. You just talked about him, and he comes up big defensively.
Well, and I'll tell you what, that's the thing Coach Rao has talked about, is that Christo Majoke has his small stats, so to speak, the little things, the rebounds, the steals, the assists. It just leads this team all the time.
All right, there's Jackson coming right back. The lead back down to 4, pressure by Harrisburg. Coming up to 4 minutes left, fourth quarter. Hopkins lost it. Here's Jackson again, spins. They're going to count the basket. Oh, it's an offensive foul. Is that right? Call there.
I don't know about this. I think Coach Smallwood has a little bit to be upset about there. But hey, we've seen a lot of questionable calls both ways, so I guess it's part of the game at this point.
Kelly, back to Majoke, patience. Wide open.
Coaches look at that as a 4-point swing.
Stump.
Well, and that's a return favor right there the other way. Call it even at this point. That's the 3rd foul on Logan Stump.
3.5 minutes left in regulation. The Mid-Penn Boys Championship on ABC 27. Patterson. Big board. Down court. Maybe one too many passes there.
Yeah, Coach Rao, what has got them there is playing with instinct. What has got Cedar Cliff here is just playing the game and playing a transition game. So it's hard to tell a team like that, hey, the way you got here, now we need to stop that. We need to bring it out and set it up and work a minute off the clock. So I think what's got them there, they're living with right now. And they got a good bounce right there.
So Chris Britton has fouled out as well. The sophomore goes 6'3". Second key player for the Cougars to foul out. And now Noel LaRue goes to the line. Big free throws. He's got 17.
Well, he's got a nice soft touch, Greg. In this game, I know Kelly has 18 tonight. Noel LaRue's got 17. It's definitely good. We need the fans at home to help us with this player of the game, I'll tell you what. But those are 2 big foul shots.
He's got 18, so does Kelly. That didn't go. Cedar Cliff 9 of 13 in the second half from the line. Colts are looking for their first Mid-Penn title. Harrisburg, the winner of the first ever back in 2005. Rue got it back, finds some space. Rue's got 20.
Oh, and that was those foul shots, and that foul shot right there was a big bucket, Greg.
Harrisburg out of the scramble got it back, and they'll keep it.
With 2:43 up 8, Harrisburg's going to have to look to try to get a couple 3 balls here, or maybe even 3-point play going to the basket.
2:40 left. And Cedar Cliff wants, we got a foul.
Coach Smallwood is actually puzzled right now.
Foul goes against Dominic Lewis. That's his 4th.
I'll tell you what, though, hats off to Coach Smallwood and his staff. I mean, his team, if they go on to lose this, which not sure. I mean, it's basically a 3-possession game with 2:30. There's a lot of time left. But if they would, I mean, he's prepared his team to come in and play. He's gotten to the championship with a lineup that hasn't been the lineup on the court that got him here. And that's always tough as a coach to be dealt some cards at the last minute that way.
Harrisburg 8 of 23 in the second half from the 2. That's a 3 for Patterson.
That's a big shot. Jarrell has a lot of confidence, and he showed it right there.
5-point game. And Cedar Cliff wants to talk it over.
Yeah, Coach Rao wants to get a game plan here because this is an important possession for the Colts.
Well, our next broadcast here on ABC 27, the district championships. Charlie and I will join you from Giants Center, 11 a.m. a week from Saturday. And we'll have the girls' AAA game, the boys' Quad A game, a doubleheader from Giants Center and Hershey. And just like Hershey Park Arena was the place to go for many years, now it's Giants Center for basketball. And that, of course, has the makings of 2 wide open fields as you look at all those teams in those brackets.
Oh, man, I couldn't even begin to predict it, Greg.
Look at, of course, if you're interested in advanced training, Advanced Hoops is the place to go. With shooting, dribbling, summer camps, advancedhoops.com, and you can learn more about their programs. And if you're interested in becoming an official, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun. cpboa.org. There's a training class for officials, Central Pennsylvania Basketball Officials Association. New training for new officials starts in April, so you can log on to their website and find out more, cpboa.org.
I've seen those guys in action, Donnie Epley. They do a great job bringing new officials along.
Stump, big bucket.
Yeah, the ball movement, the teamwork. Coach Rao has to be happy the way his team has responded. I mean, it's not like they've been here before, and they've come in this game with confidence, with a mission in mind, and they're at this point right now, they're accomplishing it, Greg. Harrisburg's going to have to hit these foul shots, and they're going to have to try to get a steal here, following these foul shots.
Sheen McIntyre, who's got 17. You said Jalen Fitzpatrick is fouled out of the game.
Well, this is a guy here, Hashim. He has not come out of this basketball game, Greg. He's had to log every minute and carry a big burden here tonight. It's no excuse on the foul line here, but he's working overtime tonight to will his team into this basketball game.
And he's got 18. Kelly. Almost a steal by Patterson, but a foul. So Cedar Cliff will get Manheim Township in the first round of the districts looking ahead. Colts get the 5th seed in the districts, and Harrisburg also will be moving on. So now it is Kristen Majoke, who's done a lot of things other than just score points tonight, but he's got a couple of big free throws here with $1.38 left. He's got 8.
Well, and making these foul shots. Again, Christo Majoke has been a very valuable player tonight, Greg, for the Cedar Cliff Colts, because he has handled the basketball against some of the best pressure, probably the best pressure that you're going to face in District 3, these Harrisburg guards.
Long 3 won't go. And the Colts come back away with it. 7-point advantage. And now the Colts can be patient. Foul. Well, Majoke has 8, Aru has 20, Kelly's got 18.
I'll tell you, this is a tough one. I've talked extensively with Coach Rao. He's pointed out to me that Christo Majoke does not get enough credit for what he does to this basketball team, handling the basketball, the rebounds, the block shots, the inspiration that you saw when he was pumping up the Golden Corral, the key foul shots. You know, Kelly certainly has had a tremendous game. I'll tell you what, this is a tough one. This is a real tough one.
Well, I think from our perspective, I like Majoke. I mean, it's something special here for what he's done in this game to fire his team up.
And I think we have to send the message as well that, you know, between Kelly and Aru, they scored a lot of points. But it's more than just scoring points that makes a player a most valuable player. It's all those little things. And I don't think anybody on this team would argue if we voted for Christo Majoke as player of the game. There might be some fans at home that'll disagree, but I'm going to go, Greg, and I think you're leading with me here, to go Christo Majoke, who has the ball in his hand right now as the player of the game for Cedar Cliff. Number 23.
Cedar Cliff led by 7 at the 7:05 mark, and they're back up by 8 with under a minute left. There is an easy 2 right there for Noah Rue. He has 22 points.
And then you got, you know, for Harrisburg, what's your thoughts on that, Greg?
Well, I like the way McIntyre, you know, McIntyre had such a great first half and then had to keep his team in the game for the second half.
Yeah, you know, and naturally Fitzpatrick fouled out early, so Machine McIntyre will be our player, Huffman Ford player of the game.
You certainly can vote on advancedhoops.com, and then you post those. You post those as well. That was the Golden Corral.
And it's
really
Golden,
this game.
It's Golden Corral behind us. I know we got a shot of these guys earlier, but they are, I mean, they are in the fourth quarter with 36 seconds to go, and they have the same energy level they had at the start of this basketball game.
That would be a Rouge 24th point.
He made that look very easy, Greg.
And they put it away with that one.
Wow, look at this student section for Cedar Cliff. Wow. There's about 300 students behind us here. And I know you got a shot of them right now if you're sitting at home. But the synchronization and the organization of their cheers has been literally awesome.
They have T-shirts that say Mid-Penn Keystone Champions on it. I mean, is that great that they print those up after you win your division, and now they'll be able to print up shirts that say Mid-Penn Champions?
Well, when your head coach for the basketball team has a screen print shop called Rao Screen Print, and he didn't pay me for this advertisement, but we get a lot of things done by Jim over there. He does a great job in the screen print shop, but he's probably mad at me for saying that. But he likes to be humble with that kind of stuff. But when your head coach has a screen print shop, I think the Golden Corral gets a few privileges.
This will be the first Mid-Penn championship for the Cedar Cliff Colts. We'll be talking to Jim Rao.
And hats off to Harrisburg High here. They came in here and competed, not just to keep it close, but to win this thing, but just outmatched by the size of Cedar Cliff. And hats off to Coach Smallwood making the necessary decisions he has to do to build young men and to build his basketball team. They're going to be a big contender in the Quad A District playoffs.
McIntyre with 20, and they're still playing here. Ball way up in the air. Cougars will get it back. Stump rolled it out, and the "We Are the Champions" chant goes up. The Cedar Cliff Colts have won their first ever Mid-Penn title. Well, the Golden Corral's all over the place tonight. And after a couple of tough losses down the stretch, what a great momentum builder for Cedar Cliff as they head into the district championships. And we'll have the medal ceremony coming up. Cedar Cliff, a 63-54 winner. They take the Mid-Penn title. We continue with high school basketball live on ABC 27, presented by Arlington Orthopedics.
AAU spring basketball with advanced hoops. 21 teams last year, featuring the top boys basketball players from all over the region. Advanced Hoops AAU features 10 to 11 player rosters, guarantees playing time, all man-to-man style play, and every player gets professional skill training, along with top quality AAU tournaments. Advanced Hoops has helped over 25 high school athletes get scholarships over the last 2 years. Amazing results. I call this AAU with the follow-through.
Hello, can I help you? Oh, no need to worry, Mrs. Smith. My grandfather is Russ Failer himself and has been in business for over 30 years. At Russ's Auto and Trailer Sales, we have it all. We specialize in selling a complete line of trailers, a variety of used cars and campers. Our service department can do it all. And we even have a nice guy named Justin who answers the phone. And what do we tell him, Maddie?
Nobody fusses at Russ's.
Hemp Brothers Incorporated is family owned and operated since 1925 and has been working together to provide excellent service for both large and small businesses or individuals. Hemp Brothers Incorporated is committed to producing high quality products and providing excellent service and efficient project management. Concrete, asphalt, crushed stone, and sand are ready to order. Call us at 737-3411 or visit us on the web at hempbrothers.com.
Greg Mace with Charlie Fortney back with you here at Cumberland Valley High School. Done a great job tonight of putting this venue together and putting this on. Now, the Golden Corral is all out there, and I'm assuming they're going to let them run onto the court at the end of the medal ceremony, which they normally do. The last time that happened, I didn't realize it was going to happen, and I was caught in the middle of it. The last time that happened to me was when Ohio State beat Penn State in Columbus, and it was a lot more scary than that.
They got a little mascot here, Greg.
Yeah, there you go. Take a look at that. You look at the Golden Corral right in there. Kirk Smallwood will present the Mid-Penn runner-up medals to his guys.
Well, they've had a lot of gold medals in Smallwood's coaching career, and I think there's got to be a sense of pride. I know Coach Smallwood always has a high expectation for his fellows, but he's also a mentor, and there's got to be a feeling of, that our effort was good. We might not have executed like we wanted to, but naturally they were up against it a little bit here tonight on the. In the front court in size.
We're going to take a look at the final stats here. Cedar Cliff overcame 19 turnovers in that game. Harrisburg took 57 shots. They were 17 of 57 from the twos, 17 of 35 for Cedar Cliff. 3-point Harrisburg, 3 of 12. Cedar Cliff was a 3 of 9.
Well, it shows you how explosive Cedar Cliff is, because in that Trinity game, Cedar Cliff's turnovers were very high, and they still won the game. They had 19-plus turnovers in that game, so it just shows you that this is a team that can keep getting better. And with Coach Rao on the sideline, he's going to keep working with them. Now they got to regroup, they got to naturally regroup for the Quad A playoffs. But there's going to be a lot of kids watching TV and eating pizza at Coach Rao's house tonight, I'm sure.
So now the medals will be awarded to the Cedar Cliff Colts. There's Will Hopkins.
You
Tyler Swindler. Some of the JV guys who got a chance to suit up. And here is Tim Kelly, 18 points tonight.
Yeah, you got Matt getting the medal there. Matt's a big part of this championship team. Wow, when he went from point guard to two guard, Coach Rao even said this was a turning point, and that happened somewhere around the Susquehanna Township second half, going into the Redland big win there mid-season. This team took some life at that point.
There's Andrew Ford. Adam Brenneman came in.
Well, he's a freshman. Adam Brenneman's a 6'5" stud sophomore.
So Cedar Cliff wins it. We're going to talk with the players and Coach Jim Rao when we come back. Colts celebrate their first ever Mid-Penn title.
My personal congratulations to Advanced Hoops alumni Allison Daly of St. Francis University and Alfonso Dawson of Delaware University. Daly and Dawson are Select Medical Student Spotlight, making history, scoring 1,000 points for their college career.
Hank and Jim of Weaver Financial Services have been serving families and businesses in central Pennsylvania for the past 40 years. Life insurance, financial services, and products, call Hank or Jim. They're the nicest guys around.
To be sure, Faulkner Toyota on Paxton Street across from the Harrisburg Mall invites you to check out our extensive assortment of new and used vehicles. Consider the excitement of driving the RAV4 or the functionality of our top-rated Sienna minivan. Test drive the super fuel-efficient Prius Hybrid along with our Camrys, Corollas, Tacoma pickups, as well as a full selection of Scions. You'll find security, design, comfort, and a price that will fit your own lifestyle. Call or visit us at faulknertoyota.net.
Advanced Hoops is celebrating 10 years of training youth in the Harrisburg region. In 2010, we trained over 1,000 youth from kindergarten to 12th grade. Our spring program is going to be amazing. So as I pass the ball,
You make the call to get any questions answered regarding our spring games, shooting, dribbling, or AAU opportunities.
we specialize in making training look easy.
And Charlie is not the only one that can shoot a basketball around here.
We make Carbine simple by knocking down all the hurdles we can. We do what you expect, what's logical, or just plain right. For instance, the live market-driven prices we offer up front are the same everywhere you may choose to shop. Our prices are the same on the internet, by phone, or in the showroom. That's how it should be.
Experience car buying made simple at Bobby Ray Hall on the Carlisle Pike, Mechanicsburg.
All right, back live here at Cumberland Valley High School. Coach Jim Rao, and we've got Noel Rue and Krista Majoke and Tim Kelly with us. Jimmy, first of all, what does this mean to the program to win this first ever Mid-Penn championship?
This is a tremendous accomplishment. I'm really proud of these guys. You know, we're very confident going in, and it's great for the school, and I think Cedar Cliff is not an also-ran in the basketball anymore.
Tim, let's talk about the second half. You guys played a great second half, really sparked. What was the difference you feel in the game?
Well, our confidence from the first half, we were only down one, so we just brought that in the second half and played like how we can. So,
Crystal, you really got pumped up here. Talk about how fired up you were with this team tonight.
Yeah, I had a lot of confidence second half, like all my great defense moves and stuff. That's how I had.
Noel, you played a great game. We made you player of the game tonight.
All right, thank you very much. I thought we needed a Harrisburg Mid-Penn champ, so we had to get this win tonight. Man. We thought it was very important.
Jim, what does this mean in terms of momentum as you head toward the districts?
I think it's always great to win. Winning creates confidence and momentum going in. I thought our kids at halftime did a great job adjusting. We out-rebounded them 16-5 the second half. We got killed on the boards the first half, and that was the main adjustment that we tried to accomplish. I give the credit to the players. I mean, they got it done, and you know, we're going to enjoy this, and because we worked very hard for it, but we'll definitely be ready next week.
Good. Congratulations, guys. Cedar Cliff Colts are first ever Mid-Penn champion. Charlie and I will be back with a final word after this.
Are color copies really 10 cents? Yeah, 10 cents.
It's easy. Call Fortney Printing. They punch in the order, copies get made, quickly put in boxes. Fortney Printing delivers on time.
Wow, only 10 cents.
Advanced Hoops is celebrating 10 years of training youth in the Harrisburg region. In 2010, we trained over 1,000 youth from kindergarten to 12th grade. Our spring program is going to be amazing. So as I pass the ball,
You make the call. To get any questions answered regarding our spring games, shooting, dribbling, or AAU opportunities.
we specialize in making training look easy.
And Charlie is not the only one that can shoot a basketball around here.
All right, back live at Cumberland Valley High School. It was a great celebration. These guys, and I know a lot of times the Mid-Penn Championships, it's not an afterthought, but a lot of teams feel, all right, the districts are ahead. These guys are very excited about winning this first ever title. A huge win over Harrisburg tonight.
This was such a team effort. That was the positive thing for the Cedar Cliff Colts. It was such a team effort. There was as many as 4 or 5 guys that could have been the most valuable player in the game. And whenever that happens, you know that it's a team effort. But hats off to Christo Majoke for just handling the pressure, helping Will Hopkins against a very good Harrisburg team. In Harrisburg, hats off to them because you know, they came in here a little under the gun with the size, but played a very good game. Naturally, they're not used to being on the losing end of these championship games, but hats off to both teams. Both teams should be able to take something from this to get momentum in districts.
Yeah, now the districts are coming up, of course, so this is a valuable tune-up. I mean, a lot of teams will be sitting around for just a little bit, not particularly long, but mentally, this obviously does the teams that win, Trinity and Cedar Cliff, a lot of good.
Yeah, and Cedar Cliff has to come down from this, but naturally they're going to have pizza at Coach Rao's house tonight and a few Coca-Colas, but they're going to have to come down for this because this team has a chance to do well in the districts, but it is the toughest and the most, the parity is high in Quad A basketball, so I would encourage the fans at home to get ready to get out to some games in the District 3 tournament because the 16 seed could win it all.
All right, we're going to see the district playoffs. That is our next broadcast here on ABC 27. Charlie and I will join you a week from Saturday from Giant Center, 11 a.m. as we start with the girls AAA playoffs and then the boys Quad A district championship from Giant Center. As always, thanks to Chad Edwards, everybody from Invicta Sports, our entire ABC 27 crew. Once again, the final score, Cedar Cliff 63, Harrisburg 54. In our first game, Trinity wins the girls championship. We'll be back again a week from Saturday. Now stay tuned for a special presentation from Advanced Hoops. Good night from Cumberland Valley.